Hey everyone, welcome to the Everyday Human podcast. My name is Easton Taverna. Each day I'll share a reflection written by me and inspired by literature, poetry, music, movies, video games, and more. And after that, I'll share a prompt for you to write your own reflection. Together, we'll explore what it means to be human. Every month, we'll walk a new path, taking a look at life, death, the universe, and everything in between. Thanks for coming along. I'm glad you're here. For more, visit eastontaverna.com or join me on Instagram at _everydayhuman. Hello, everyone. It is January 17th. The days, it seems, are flying by. And there's a lot going on in the world, but it doesn't seem like that's always the case. Anyhow, I hope you're doing well. Today's reflection is called, "Is This the Moment You Came Back For?" And it was inspired by a quote from one of my favorite writers ever, Kurt Vonnegut. You may have heard of him. You'll also see that I apparently have a lot of favorite writers as we move through these reflections. But yeah, I just love Kurt Vonnegut's work. If you're unfamiliar with Vonnegut, his most well-known work would be Slaughterhouse-Five. And his writing is funny, sad, satirical, and just oh so very human. He's an American writer of novels, short stories and plays, and a few pieces of nonfiction as well. He fought in World War II and was captured at the Battle of the Bulge, and he and his fellow soldiers survived the firebombing of Dresden. They were locked in a meat locker in a slaughterhouse, and that's where the idea for that novel came from. And if you haven't read that novel, it's brilliant. It's funny, it's sad, but it's really well worth your time. It's fantastic. There's also a graphic novel adaptation of it, which I read a couple of years ago, which I was a little skeptical because I was like, this work is kind of precious to me, so, let's see what happens. But it was really well done, and it stayed true to Vonnegut. But today's quote comes from one of his nonfiction pieces, A Man Without a Country, and I adore this book. I keep a copy on my desk. I have it right here, holding it in my hands, and I've read it through some tough times, and it's one of those books that just has a power to help you through. And A Man Without a Country is an interesting book. It's kind of like a book of essays. Maybe it's a mini memoir. It's his take on current events at the time, and it's funny, it's smart, it's sharp. It'll get you riled up, but it'll also give you hope. It's a great one. Again, this one is worth your time. If you haven't read it, I suggest you pick it up. You'll see that even though this was written in, when was this written? I think the early 2000s, a lot has changed in a lot of ways, but a lot also has not changed or kind of stayed the same. Yeah, it was originally published in 2005, so wow. Okay, anyway. Let's get into the quote. And this is a brilliant and beautiful quote, and I think of it often. Okay, here it goes. "And I urge you to please notice when you are happy, and exclaim or murmur or think at some point, if this isn't nice, I don't know what is." And now on to the reflection. You died. How? Details don't matter. Let's just say your life was cut short. You went before your time. Whatever that means, as if the moment we go isn't exactly the time we were meant to go. Anyway, you've gone and passed to the other side. You've existed now in a realm of contentment and tranquility for an immeasurable amount of time because, of course, time doesn't exist here. A cloaked figure approaches. You don't recognize them, but there is an air of importance about them, and it's safe to assume they run the place. To your surprise, you are offered an opportunity to return to your former life. But there's a catch. You can return only for a single moment, and it is your choice. So you wonder, how many moments have I had that are worth returning for? How will I know? Did I recognize those blissful moments the best in my life when they were happening, or did they breeze by unnoticed? Would it be one of the obvious ones? A wedding, a birth, purchasing your first home, or a graduation? Maybe it's when you achieved a goal of yours, publishing your first book, getting that job promotion, retiring with X amount of dollars in the bank. Or maybe, now that you think about it, it's one you didn't quite expect. That time you sat on the bathroom floor watching your partner wash your child's hair while humming a lullaby. That time during a family holiday party when the house was full of people and noise, hot and stuffy, and you stepped outside and felt the cool wind on your face and noticed a pair of cardinals alight upon the bird feeder, and you were at peace. Or maybe it was that time you worked with your father for 3.5 hours, creating the best igloo you would ever see. And when your mother came to the front door with cups of steaming cocoa, and the three of you took the cups into the igloo, nuzzled up against the bright, cold walls, sipped, and listened to the silence that only a snowy night can bring. Big, small, or somewhere in between, it really doesn't matter, but the details do. Slow down, stop, recognize when you are happy, and murmur, "If this isn't nice, I don't know what is." That's it for today's reflection. I hope, if this ever happens to you, you have many, many moments that you might choose to come back to. Okay. Here is your reflection question for the day. You can write it down in your journal, wherever. Think about it. If you're driving, just think about it. Don't try writing. And ask yourself this. What moment would I come back for? And that is it for today's Everyday Human. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I'll be back tomorrow with another reflection. Take care and have a good one.